Franklin Auto countdown to first pitch. It's Joe Myers.
Hello, everybody, and welcome here to Richardson Stadium, Sam Royse Field, for our first high school baseball broadcast of the season as the Glasgow Scotties entertain the Greenwood Gators. We appreciate you joining us here this afternoon on a windy, chilly, but very sunny afternoon, so a fairly pleasant afternoon if you can put up with this wind and cold weather. Greenwood comes in here at 3-0 on the year. They defeated Central Hardin in their last outing on Saturday by a final score of 3-2. That was at Central Hardin. Scotty's coming in here at 2-2 so far on the year. Their last outing was actually a doubleheader. They won against Cumberland County on Saturday 10-2 and lost to Adair County, where that doubleheader was held by a final score of 14-4. These two teams met twice during the season last year, with Greenwood winning both matchups. The Gators won 13-8 and 4-3 in those meetings, and Greenwood has won 5 of the last 6 meetings between these schools. So the Scotties will hope to turn that tide around as we get this one going here today. And welcome in Matt Gum here. Matt is going to join us for color commentary. And Matt, we appreciate you joining us. I know you did a few games with us last year. Always fun to have you along. I know you know these kids, so that helps me out with your knowledge of these kids. You've been with them their whole lives. Your son is a sophomore on the team, so appreciate you being along with us today.
Joe, thanks for having me, and always look forward to doing this with you, bud.
Well, let's go ahead and give you the starting lineups real quick, and then we will take our first break if we can here on the Don Franklin Auto pregame show. The starting lineups are brought to you by TJ Regional Health. First for the Greenwood Gators, starting at shortstop and batting first will be Zach Davis. The number 2 hitter is the second baseman Jackson Lee. At third base and batting third will be James Russell. Number 4 hitter is the right fielder Chaz Huff. Kyler Talley, I'm assuming that's Kyler. Do you know, Matt?
It's Kyler.
Okay, it's spelled a little bit weird, but Kyler Talley, a left fielder for Greenwood. He'll be batting in the 5th hole. Number 6 hitter is the first baseman Rylan Graves. Nathan Howard will bat 7th. He'll be the designated hitter. The catcher is Easton Talley. He'll bat 8th. And batting 9th and in center field for the Gators will be Reed McClard. For the Glasgow Scotties, well, let's first also tell you that the head coach for Greenwood is Jason Jaggers. Now for the Glasgow Scotties, batting first and at second base will be Stephen Garrett. Third base and batting second is Weston Carroll. Zach Poore will be at first base. He'll bat third. The cleanup hitter is Boone Hatton. He'll be in center field. Rylan Furlong, the left fielder, will bat 5th. Batting 6th and catching is Bam Nolly. Mason Bass, the pitcher, will bat 7th. Number 8 hitter for the Scotties is the right fielder Davey Williams. And the shortstop is JoJo Driver. He'll bat in the number 9 spot. Scotties are coached by Cameron Garman. Cameron in his first season with the Scotties as he takes over for legendary Glasgow head coach Sam Royse. Sam, of course, spent 39 years here as the Glasgow head coach. And certainly wish Sam well in his semi-retirement. I know Sam is still helping coach over at Lindsey Wilson, so he just could not quite get away from the game of baseball, and I'm not surprised by that at all. But Glasgow assistant coaches are Cord Glass, Carlos Morrison, and Dylan Poore. Let's go ahead and take a timeout here, and I tell you what, instead of taking 2 2-minute timeouts here on the pregame show, we're going to take 1 4-minute timeout, and by the time we come back from that 1 4-minute break, we'll be set to go, I think, here with baseball action from Sam Royse Field at Richardson Stadium. We're back after a 4-minute timeout here on.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
Are you looking for a new career where you'll be a part of a family-owned business for over 50 years? Walbert Trucking is a trucking company based right here in Glasgow. With Walbert Trucking, you'll get full benefits, great pay, and 401k. And you'll be home daily. Unlimited possibilities await you. Apply today and become a member of the Walbert Trucking team. 106 Sean Lane in Glasgow, 651-6784.
We're not superheroes, but when people need us, we answer the call. We're not weathermen, but we know the Kentucky seasons like the back of our hands. For over 40 years, we've serviced any brand, anytime, with a same-day service guarantee. Now that's a big promise, and that's probably why no one else does it. So when dealing with your heating and cooling, call HVAC Services, and you'll have the right team by your side.
When you come into Garcia's Grill, you're welcomed with a smile and you'll love the atmosphere. Garcia's was voted by the community as the best overall restaurant for the past 2 years. Great food at a great value. They serve fresh, delicious traditional Mexican dishes, incredible pasta, burgers, steaks, and seafood. People say you can never get burnt out on this restaurant because of all the amazing choices. Garcia's Grill, owned and operated by the Gomez Garcia family. Check them out on North Ray Street in Glasgow and on Facebook. Garcia's Grill, a different kind of Mexican restaurant. During that time, we've learned a thing or two.
Hardee's Philly cheesesteak favorites are back. Handcrafted creations with sautéed peppers, onions, and melty cheese to reinvent the signature Philly classics from sunrise to supper time. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
South Central Bank has been investing in the Glasgow community for over 50 years. During that time, we've learned a thing or two about hard work, relationships, and a vision for success. South Central Bank is designed to make a difference in the prosperity of our customers and the communities it serves. We want to be a part of your success. Visit southcentralbank.com. South Central Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
With a history of scoring touchdowns and breaking records, Dakota Elmore knows a thing or two about hard work. At Elmore Realty and Auction, his team, often referred to as the A-Team, applies that same work ethic in how they serve this community. With a combined 200 years of experience, the team serves our commercial industry, helps families find their dream home, and makes your auction an easy, profitable, and positive experience. Elmore Realty and Auction, trusted since 1935. Check them out on Facebook for listings and auctions.
Hardee's Philly cheesesteak favorites are back. Handcrafted creations with sautéed peppers, onions, and melty cheese to reinvent the signature Philly classics from sunrise to supper time. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
It's time for Glasgow Scotties baseball on WCLU 103.1 FM and AM 1490. And video streaming free at WCLUradio.com and on the WCLU and Scotties YouTube channels. Presented by Don Franklin Auto, Walbert Trucking, South Central Bank, HVAC Services, South Central Rural Telecommunications Cooperative, Garcia's Grill, Elmore Realty and Auction, Hardee's, Monticello Bank, TJ Regional Health, McDonald's, and Kentucky Farm Bureau agent Joe Myers. Let's play ball!
Franklin Auto pregame show. We appreciate Don Franklin sponsoring that pregame show for us, and we also gave you our TJ Regional Health starting lineups. We appreciate their sponsorship of that part of our broadcast as well. We're just about ready for our Walbert Trucking first pitch. Let's first set the Glasgow defense for you. As out the outfield for Glasgow, you'll have Rylan Furlong in left field. Boone Hatton will be the center fielder. Davey Williams in right field. Weston Carroll at third base. JoJo Driver at shortstop. Stephen Garrett at second base. Zach Poors at first. Bam Nolly, is the catcher. And Mason Bass on the hill today for Glasgow. Mason making his first start, but his third appearance as a pitcher today. Does not have a win or a loss on the season. It is a 6.00 ERA. 5 strikeouts and 2 walks. He has thrown 4 2/3 innings. Matt, I feel like we've had to rush through this pregame show here because we're starting so early, but tell me a little bit about the Scotties. I know they're 2-2 so far this season. How have the Glasgow Scotties looked so far in the early season, Matt?
Looked pretty good, Joe. The played 2 really good teams with Adair and with Central Hardin start of the year. Both of those clubs are good and will be playing late into the year, I believe. Played well against Cumberland on Saturday. Pitching is going to be the key to us this year. We've got to be able to throw strikes, and Bass has had some good outings, so hopefully he can pound the strike zone and get some good defense behind him.
Well, Mason, a left-handed pitcher. He is a senior for this Scottie ball club, and he'll start his day off with the Walbert Trucking first pitch here in the SCRTC first inning. And the first pitch of the day from Mason in there for a called strike to the shortstop, Zach Davis, for the Greenwood Gators. Jackson Lee waiting on deck. James Russell, the third man, due up for the Gators here in this half inning. Here's the pitch from Bass, and the fastball misses upstairs. Evens the count up at a ball and a strike. Scotties in their home whites today with royal blue numerals and letters. And here is a fly ball to right field, and that is the one part of the field that we are blocked out on. And it's a base hit, it looks like, as Davis rounds first on his way to second. The play is not in time, the throw not in time, as Davis slides in safely. Where we are positioned here, we cannot see right field at all. And so I was not able to tell if that ball was going to be caught or whether it was a base hit until I saw Davis rounding first base on his way to second. So it is a double to lead off the ball game for Zach Davis. That'll bring up the second baseman, Jackson Lee. We hope and think we'll have a press box here next year once the season gets started. But right now we are still just sitting at a table and chairs down the first base line here. And the fastball from Bass misses a bit inside for ball one. And by the way, that was a South Central Bank base hit there for Zach Davis to lead off the ball game for the Gators. Fastball here is a fly ball to right field, but I think that's going foul and out of play. So we can see about 90% of the field pretty well, but the two fly balls have both been hit to the area where we can't see. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And this one misses inside, a bit low as well. 2-1 now to Lee. And time called at the plate as Lee backs out of the box. Bass comes set, checks on his runner at second base, and the pitch. This ball laced into right field. That's going to be another base hit, a South Central Bank base hit here for Lee, as Davis is going to hold up at third base. Of course, it's a short right field out here at Richardson Stadium. Davey Williams able to get it back onto the infield quickly to hold Davis at third. So it is a single for Jackson Lee, and runners on the corners here with the number 3 man in the order, James Russell, coming to the plate. Nobody out. Russell hitting .444 on the year. It's from the right side as Bass comes set, checks his runners, and the pitch. Breaking ball, grounded to third base, and it is bobbled by Carroll, and everybody going to be safe. So that'll be an E on Weston Carroll. Weston had taken his eye off the ball just a moment to check that runner at third, and when he did, Matt, it just popped right out of his glove.
Yeah, runner broke just a little, just enough to distract him to see if he was going to make the play, and pulled his eye off of it.
So now the base is loaded with Greenwood Gators and their cleanup man, the right fielder Chaz Huff, at the plate. Nobody out here in the top of the first inning, brought to you by South Central Rural Telephone Cooperative. And the first pitch to Huff misses for ball one. Bass into the windup, and the pitch. Fastball here is going to be hit back up the middle. Could be two. Shortstop JoJo Driver has it on to first base in time for the 6 unassisted 3 double play. Zach Davis does score from third base. And Jackson Lee makes his way from second to third. So Greenwood does take an early 1-0 lead, but the Scotties do a nice job to turn that double play.
A good play by JoJo on the ball up the middle.
Here's the left fielder, Kyler Talley. And this pitch from Bass misses upstairs. And a breaking ball here. Misses, maybe a bit outside, 2-0. I know your son Hudson is hurt right now, Matt. He got hurt yesterday, I think you said. But he's a normal starter for this ball club on the infield, I think, most of the time.
Yes, sir.
And this pitch misses upstairs. 3-0 now to Huff, or to Talley, excuse me. Pitch on the way. And that fastball right down Broadway there for a called strike.
It's our second time with this umpire. He definitely likes them low in the zone. Joe.
Does he? Okay.
Yes, sir.
And this
but not
fastball maybe a bit outside. It was at the knees. So that'll put runners on the corners as Talley draws the two-out walk, and now the first baseman, Rylan Graves, to the plate. Graves, a junior first baseman. Big kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's always been a big one. We played a lot of summer ball against him, and he's a big old boy.
Hits a ground ball back up the middle. It is stopped by Stephen Garrett at second base. He'll flip it to driver, covering the bag at second. So not bad at all for the Scotties. Glasgow gets out of trouble with only giving up the one run after Greenwood had the bases loaded with nobody out.
Yeah, Joe, we had one run on 2 hits, 1 walk, 1 man left on base.
And after a half inning, it is Greenwood 1, Glasgow nothing. We're back after a 1-minute timeout here on WCLU Sports.
Have you injured yourself playing a sport or exercising? Sports medicine experts at TJ Regional Health are trained to get you back on the road to recovery. Whether you're dealing with sprains, fractures, knee and shoulder injuries, or other common injuries, our goal is to prevent illness and injury in active individuals of all ages and help prevent future problems to maximize your performance. Find out more at tjregionalhealth.org/rehab. Patients first, team always. TJ Rehabilitation Services.
Monticello Bank first opened its doors in 1895 as a single office in Monticello, Kentucky. Today, there are 21 MBC locations across the Commonwealth. From home loans to commercial lending, Monticello Bank offers a wide variety of convenient financial services and competitive rates from local people you know and trust. Visit them at 1434 Happy Valley Road in Glasgow and let them help make the financial side of your life a little easier. Monticello Bank, where people matter. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back here to Sam Royse Field at Richardson Stadium for the bottom of the SCRTC first inning. It's Greenwood 1, Glasgow nothing, as the Scotties are about to get their first turn at bat. Let's set the Greenwood defense for you here. Out in the outfield for the Gators, you have Kyler Talley in left field, Reed McClard at center, Chaz Huff in right field. Third baseman is James Russell, Zach Davis at shortstop, Jackson Lee, the second baseman, Rylan Graves at first base. Behind the dish is Easton Talley, and on the hill today for Greenwood is Andrew Jolly. Andrew, a junior left-hander. He is making his first start of the season and his first appearance on the mound for this Greenwood team this season. Does not have a win or loss, obviously. No ERA, no strikeouts, no walks. So we're about to see Jolly throw his first inning of work here for the 2024 high school baseball season. First 3 hitters due up for the Scotties in the bottom of the first. Here will be Stephen Garrett, Weston Carroll, and Zach Poor. Scotties as a team hitting the ball pretty well through the first 4 ball games, a .325 team batting average. You compare that to Greenwood at .292 on their team average. So here's Stephen Garrett to lead things off, a .444 hitter through the first 4 ball games, has 3 RBI. The sophomore stands in, awaiting the pitch, and it misses up and in from Andrew Jolly for ball 1. Jolly into the windup and the pitch, and a swing and a miss that time by Garrett. Looked like maybe Jolly took a bit off that pitch. Garrett out in front of it.
Yep.
Jolly has what he wants, winds and delivers. And the pitch here misses low and away. 2-1. And the 2-1 delivery now. And a swing and a miss by Garrett. Jolly shakes the first pitch off, now has what he wants. Here's the 2-2. And a check swing strike called on Garrett. Stephen tried to hold up but could not. Our home plate umpire said he went around. And so that is the first out of the inning, and that is an Elmore Realty and Auction strikeout for Andrew Jolly of Greenwood. Now to bring up Weston Carroll here in the bottom of the SCRTC first inning. Jolly throws a fastball that goes behind Carroll. Carroll hitting .500 on the year. That leads the team. 7 big RBIs as well. The 1-0 coming from Jolly. And that one's outside, 2-0. Here's the 2-0. And that one's up and in, 3-0.
A lot of off-speed pitches to Steven and throwing a lot of fastballs here to Weston. So he's mixing it up pretty well.
And the 3-0 pitch to Carroll again goes behind him. So Jolly way off the mark on most of that at bat to Carroll. Threw 2 pitches behind him. And so it's a 4-pitch walk, and Scotties have their first base runner of the afternoon. That'll bring up the first baseman, Zach Poore. Like the 2 previous hitters for the Scotties, Poore batting over 400, or right at 400 actually, with 5 RBI. Lefty versus lefty matchup here. Jolly throwing from the stretch for the first time, and his pitch misses up and away for ball 1. That's 5 straight balls now from Jolly. And this one in the dirt, and going to get to the backstop here, so that wild pitch will move Carroll to second base. Jolly checks on the runner, now the 2-0 pitch. And this is upstairs, so now 7 straight balls from Jolly. You would think Zach Poore will be taken all the way right here. Carroll gets his lead at second. Jolly sits. And the pitch. And that misses inside. So 2 straight walks, 2 straight 4-pitch walks, as a matter of fact, by Andrew Jolly, and that will bring up Glasgow's cleanup hitter, Boone Hatton.
Coach Talley come walking out to the mound to have a talk with his pitcher.
So while they do that, let's take a look at some of the other games that are going on around the area here in high school baseball today. You've got Bowling Green hosting Davis County. Warren East playing at Butler County. Barron County on the road at Campbellsville this afternoon. Cumberland County Panthers traveling to Casey County. Got Clinton County hosting Adair County. Franklin Simpson hosting South Warren this afternoon. Also Todd Central at Kenwood, Tennessee. Allen County, Scottsville at Logan County. Edmonson County at Metcalfe County. Monroe County at Russell County. And Thomas Nelson at Warren Central. That was a brief visit on the mound that time, and Jolly ready to get back to it here with Glasgow having runners at first and second, 1 away, and Boone Hatton at the plate for the Scotties. And this pitch misses for ball 1. And that one misses as well, so Jolly has thrown 10 straight balls here. If I'm a Scotty hitter, I'm not swinging the bat until I see a strike.
No,
I don't know about you, Matt. But
no, sir.
Of course, I never was much of a hitter, so I'd just soon walk as anything. And we'll get a pickoff attempt at second base. And that actually gets by the shortstop Davis, but not too far. Second baseman Jackson Lee backing it up, so Carroll has to stay put there at second base. Two-0 pitch coming now from Jolly. And that misses low, and it's 3-0. Jolly just cannot find the strike zone. He is one ball away from walking the bases loaded on 4 straight pitches to each batter. Jolly will step off the rubber here.
Looks like the Gators have number 38, Jake Russell, warming up in the bullpen.
Jolly with the 3-0 now. And that hits Hatton. So Jolly doesn't walk the bases loaded as Hatton earns first base the hard way there. But Scotties have loaded the bases without a base hit and actually without putting a ball in play. Still just one away. Glasgow with the bases juiced here. Trailing 1-0 to Greenwood. We're in the bottom of the SCRTC first inning.
Greenwood played real well Saturday against Central Hardin in a pretty good matchup.
Yeah, must have. I saw they won 3-2. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Against Central Hardin's ace.
Oh, so, really? The kid that's going to UK?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Mm-hmm. Here's Rylan Furlong at the plate. Rylan hitting 286 here in the early going with 2 RBI. A chance to add at least a couple more with a base hit. And this pitch misses outside, it looks like, for ball 1. Now 13 straight balls.
I can hear Coach Roy saying, walks will kill you, Joe.
Yeah. No doubt about it. Jolly sets for the 1-0. Pitch on the way. And that one misses upstairs. 2-0.
$14 balls in a row.
Bam Nolly on deck here. And a throw to first base, and boy, it was a close play over there, but runner back in safely. Hatton gets back in. Furlong awaiting the 2-0 pitch. Bases loaded with Scotties, one away here in the bottom of the first. That one in there for a strike, and that will end a streak of 14 straight balls thrown by Andrew Jolly. I'm still being awfully selective at the plate if I'm Rylan Furlong.
Yep. Find your ball here, Ron.
Jolly sits. And the 2-1. That one's low. Well, Jolly one ball away from walking in the tying run for the Scotties. The 3-1. In there for a strike. Count goes full to Furlong.
Big pitch right here, Joe.
See what the senior left fielder can do here. Payoff pitch on the way. And it misses high. Oh, he called strike 3. My goodness, that was awfully generous. A high strike called by our home plate umpire. And there are now 2 away. So that'll bring up the catcher, Bam Nolly. And that pitch misses outside. Bam hitting .333 through the first 4 ball games. 4 RBI. Pitch from Jolly is hitting the air to center field. Could be trouble. And it's going to drop.
Joe.
At least 2 runs are going to come in to score here. And now they've got Hatton hung up between second and third. They're going to throw him behind him, and they'll get him out. But I think, they caught him safe. They dropped the ball, Matt?
No, he missed the tag, Joe. He
Missed
slid
the tag.
around and slid field side.
Gotcha. Okay, so a good slide that time by Hatton. So it's 2-1 with the 2 RBI single that time from Bam Nolly. So give him 6 RBIs on the year now.
Should have, and we do, Landon Martin, pinch runner for a courtesy runner for Bam Nolly.
Thank you, sir. So that's a South Central Bank base hit, which puts Glasgow up by a score of 2-1. Now the Glasgow pitcher Mason Bass will come to the plate with runners at first and second.
Good 2-out hit there by Bam.
Always hear about timely hitting. Well, that was one of those timely hits.
That's exactly right.
Pitch from Jolly, going to be fouled off this time by Bass. Mason looking for his first hit of the season. He only has 2 at-bats on the year, 2 official at-bats. Trying to help his own cause here with a man in scoring position and another at first base. 2 away. Scotty's on top, 2-1. The 0-1 on the way. Breaking ball is grounded to the left side. Going to be scooped up by the shortstop Davis. His throw to first is in the dirt and gets by the first baseman. And that's going to bring Hatton in to score. Going to get another run coming in to score. As this will be Landon Martin coming in, but they throw him out. So the throw to the catcher Tally just in time as he applies the tag. So that will end the SCRTC first inning, but a nice inning for the Scotties as Glasgow takes advantage of some walks and then a big double by Bam Nolly, 2 RBI double, and Glasgow has a 3-1 lead here with 1 complete inning. Matt, got all that added up?
We do, Joe. We got Scotty's got 3 runs on 1 hit, 2 errors by the Gators, 1 man left on base after 1 complete.
All right.
Scotties 3, Gators 1.
And we're back after a 1-minute timeout here on WCLU Sports.
We know there's a big difference between being in a community and being part of the community. That's why here in Glasgow, we cheer on the Scotties. We work hard every day to make a positive impact on the community we call home. Behind our golden arches, we strive daily to serve delicious food and treats. If you could only smell this McDonald's ad, you'd smell how delicious this burger and fries really are. Join our McTeam. To learn how, text KY209 to 38000. Benefits include a sign-on bonus up to $500.
Kentucky Farm Bureau agents wear a lot of hats. They're coaches, volunteers, church members, neighbors, someone who's there when you need them, especially when you need them most. That may be a lot of hats, but they're all the perfect fit. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Joe Myers, Matt Gum back here with you at Richardson Stadium, Sam Royse Field. It is a 0-1 count here to the leadoff man in this inning for Greenwood, Nathan Howard. Now the count goes to 1-1 as Bass misses low with that pitch. Howard swung through the first pitch and missed while we were away at break there. Howard, the DH, he's hitting for the pitcher Andrew Jolly. Easton Talley and Reed McClard are the other 2 hitters, due up for the Gators here in the top of the HVAC Services second inning. This pitch in there, misses for ball 2, 2-1. And the off-speed pitch here from Mason got away from him a bit, misses upstairs, 3-1 now. Howard does not have an at-bat on the season. And that one in there for a strike, so the count will go full. Now the payoff pitch. Breaking ball, popped up, foul, and out of play. So Howard stays alive. Bass into the windup and the pitch. Ball hit to the right side, and that is going to squirt through into right field as Williams throws to first base from right field, and the ball gets away, and that's going to allow Howard to take second. So a base hit for Howard, and then a throwing error on the Scotties will allow Howard to take second base to lead off the second.
Third base hit for the Gators to the right side today.
Good catch, Matt. You're right. And at the plate here, Easton Talley, and the breaking ball from Bass misses low. And this pitch way outside, and the catcher, Nolly, can't catch it. Goes all the way to the backstop, so that wild pitch will move Howard over to third base. It's a 2-0 count. Two-0 pitch here, misses up and away.
Looked a lot like the pitch he caught a strike on Furlong.
And that one in there for a strike. We'll see if Mason can come all the way back here. 3-1 now. Bass winds and fires. And this one in the dirt, so Bass will issue the walk. With nobody out here in the top of the HVAC Services second inning. Runners on the corners, and we'll get a courtesy runner for Greenwood. We'll get the number here if we can. Is that number 11, it looks like? Yep, number 11 for Greenwood, and that's going to be Cannon Jaggers running at first base as a courtesy runner for the catcher, Easton Talley. I'll bring up the number 9 hitter for the Gators, Reed McClard. Bass will work from the stretch with runners on the corners, nobody out. And McClard lays a bunt down. Will it stay fair down that first base line? It does. Boyd hugged that line.
Stayed right on the line, Joe.
Zach Poor
was given the chance to go.
He waited on it because he knew there was no chance to make an out. Only hope was for the ball to go foul, but it hugged that first base line about halfway down the line and just kind of died in fair territory. So it's a bunt single there for McClard. That'll go back to the top of the order now for the Gators with Zach Davis with runners at first and second, and the run scores from third base, so it's now 3-2. Glasgow in the lead. Davis, a .273 hitter. First pitch he sees, misses upstairs. He singled to right the first time up, Matt?
Yes, sir, he did.
Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball, hammered into center field, but it's going to be hit right at Boone Hatton, who makes the catch. And all the runners will have to stay put. Boy, that ball was hit on a line, but Hatton barely had to move, Matt.
Yes, he did. He had him played well, Joe.
I'll bring up the second baseman, Jackson Lee, as that's the first out of the inning here in the HVAC Services second inning. Jackson Lee at the plate. And he'll foul a pitch off out of play. Runners at first and second for the Gators with one out. Glasgow on top, 3-2. And this ball going to be a base hit. It's a South Central Bank base hit into left field and gets by the left fielder Rylan Furlong as one run comes in to score. That's Jaggers, the courtesy runner, scoring from second base. And when the ball got by Furlong out there in left field, that allowed the hitter Lee to take second base. So now runners at second and third. The game is tied at 3. Now the number 3 hitter in the order for the Gators, third baseman James Russell.
Hit the ball at third baseman Carroll last time.
Breaking ball from Bass, stayed up in the zone. One ball, no strike as Russell steps into the box. The pitch on the way. Line drive caught by the third baseman Carroll. And he goes to second base, but the throw not in time.
Thought he got him there, Joe. That was bang, bang play.
The ball was hit so hard he had to wait a moment on Garrett to get to second base to cover the bag. And by the time he got there, the umpire says the throw was not in time, but it was very close.
Hard hit ball.
You can't hit one much harder.
No.
Credit Weston Carroll for making that catch out there at third base. The 2 away. Here is the next man in the order, Chaz Huff for Greenwood.
Chaz grounded to shortstop last time.
And he's got a line drive to shortstop here that's going to be caught by JoJo Driver. And that will end our HVAC Services top of the second inning. Matt, got it added up yet? Nope. I'll give you a minute here.
We got 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and 2 men left on base.
All righty. Well, we have completed 1.5. It's Greenwood 3, Glasgow 3. We're back to Sam Royse Field after this 1-minute timeout on WCLU Sports.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
Are you looking for a new career where you'll be a part of a family-owned business for over 50 years? Walbert Trucking is a trucking company based right here in Glasgow. With Walbert Trucking, you'll get full benefits, great pay, and 401k. And you'll be home daily. Unlimited possibilities await you. Apply today and become a member of the Walbert Trucking team. 106 Sean Lane in Glasgow, 651-6784.
We go to the bottom half of the HVAC Services second inning here at Sam Royse Field, and it is a 3-3 ball game between the Glasgow Scotties and the Greenwood Gators. And leading things off for the Scotties will be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. That's Davey Williams, JoJo Driver, and Stephen Garrett.
Got a new pitcher on the mound for Greenwood, Joe, number 38.
And that is
Jake Russell.
Yep, Jake Russell. He is a right-handed thrower. First batter he will face is Davey Williams, and he hits Williams in the left shoulder. So second hit batter already today by Greenwood pitching.
Joe Davies got a target on him. I don't think I've ever seen anybody get hit more consistently. Last year, I don't even know. I lost count how many it was.
I noticed he didn't seem to be too pleased when he got hit by the baseball right there. I guess he's just tired of being hit by the ball.
Right. He wants to swing the bat. I don't blame him, but hey, we'll take the base runner.
So now the number 9 hitter in the Glasgow order, JoJo Driver, coming to the plate. Showing bunt, and then they throw over to first base, and they picked the runner off at first base as Williams got too far off the bag that time. So that will wipe out the hit batter. 1 away, and now Driver batting with nobody on the base paths here. First pitch to him, misses upstairs. JoJo with a .333 average so far this season.
Yeah, JoJo just back get in the playing mode. Joe, he came back from the basketball team and had a good season on the hardwood.
This pitch is low. If that old wind would die down, it wouldn't be too bad out here, but that wind is rough. You probably hear that in the background. Here's the 2-0. That one in there for a called strike. Now the 2-1 from Russell. That one also in there for a strike, 2-2. We told you it was Jolly's first action on the season on the mound for the Gators. Same thing here for Jake Russell. He is not pitching an inning until this second inning against the Scotties. Here's a ground ball to the right side by Driver, fielded by the second baseman Lee. He'll go to first base for the out. 2 down. Now back to the top of the Glasgow order with the second baseman, Stephen Garrett.
Stephen struck out on a check swing his first time up.
And swings through the fastball that time from Russell for strike 1.
Russell definitely pounding the zone with a bunch of fastballs, Joe.
Here's the 0-1.
There's off
and
speed
Garrett
for the first
again
time.
tried to check his swing but could not hold up on what looked like a breaking ball.
Choke up.
0-2. Garrett's had a heck of a season to start. 444 average, 3 RBI. But looking at an 0-2 count here, the pitch on the way. Fastball misses just low.
Yeah, Stephen's been one of the 2 sophomores this year that's been a pleasant surprise the way he's been hitting the ball out of the gate.
Russell comes set. The 1-2. Another breaking ball, and Garrett swings through it, but the ball gets away from the catcher Talley, who have to throw down to first base, and he does just in time to get Garrett. So that will end the inning, and that, by the way, was an Elmore Realty and Auction strikeout that time for Jake Russell.
And Joe, we had no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base.
We are tied at 3 as we have completed 2 innings here at Sam Royse Field. We're back after a 1-minute timeout on WCLU Sports.
We're not superheroes, but when people need us, we answer the call. We're not weathermen, but we know the Kentucky seasons like the back of our hands. For over 40 years, we've serviced any brand, anytime, with a same-day service guarantee. Now that's a big promise, and that's probably why no one else does it. So when dealing with your heating and cooling, call HVAC Services, and you'll have the right team by your side.
When you come into Garcia's Grill, you're welcomed with a smile and you'll love the atmosphere. Garcia's was voted by the community as the best overall restaurant for the past 2 years. Great food at a great value. They serve fresh, delicious traditional Mexican dishes, incredible pasta, burgers, steaks, and seafood. People say you can never get burnt out on this restaurant because of all the amazing choices. Garcia's Grill, owned and operated by the Gomez Garcia family. Check them out on North Ray Street in Glasgow and on Facebook. Garcia's Grill, a different kind of Mexican restaurant.
Back here at Sam Royse Field at Richardson Stadium, Joe Myers and Matt Gum with you as we bring you our first high school baseball broadcast of the season. It is a 3-3 ball game right now between Glasgow and Greenwood as we enter the top of the Elmore Realty and Auction 3rd inning. And it'll be Kyler Talley, Rylan Graves, and Nathan Howard to lead things off for the Gators. And the first pitch from Mr. Mason Bass is fouled off down the third base line.
Mr. Talley grounded into the 6th unassisted double play last time up.
The 0-1 to the senior Talley, and it misses in the dirt for ball 1. One pitch now. And it stays upstairs. Talley's had a tough start to the season, hitting just 167. This one upstairs as well, so it's 3-1. You'd like to see him earn his way on base.
Absolutely.
And this pitch misses upstairs, and that's ball 4. So a leadoff walk to start the third inning. And that will bring up the first baseman, Rylan Graves.
Rylan hit a ground ball to second baseman last time up. Inning out.
He has a .500 average, so he is not struggling to start this season at the plate. And Bass over to first base. And it gets away. That's going to move Talley to second base at least. He's going to round second. He's going to try for third here. And the throw is in time, and now they've got him in a rundown between second and third. Carroll will throw to Driver, covering the bag at second, and they say they missed the tag, apparently. The umpire called him safe. The ball beat him there badly. And Cameron Garman goes out to the first base line, but he's not going to go out to talk to the umpire. But, boy, he's showing a whole lot more restraint than I would. That looked pretty obvious that he was out.
Yeah, it looked like Joe had come up the bag a little and made the tag, and don't think the guy was able to get there. But the umpire saw it different than we did, Joe.
Well, so it is a 3-3 ball game here. Again, runner at second base now with nobody out. After the error on the pickoff attempt there by Mason Bass got away. So Talley at second base, and this ball lined right at Carroll. He'll make the catch, but cannot go to second base because Talley did not get far enough off the bag there. So Weston Carroll has caught two hard shots to third base.
Call it the hot corner for a reason.
Yes,
He's feeling it today. Coach Glass going out to have a conversation with him. Mr. Bass.
That's Cord Glass, of course, a former Scottie player himself with an outstanding pitcher back in his day. Not only a new head coach for the Scotties in Cameron Garden, but all new assistants as well. Cord Glass, the pitching coach, Carlos Morrison and Dylan Poore, also assistants on this staff.
Joe, we got a catcher's interference here on number 34, Bam Nolly on that, and Rylan Graves is now at first base.
Gotcha. I wondered what was going on. I did not realize they had called catcher's interference. So now runners at first and second, nobody out, and the hitter will be that is Nathan Howard. He'll lay a bunt down the third base line, and again, it's just going to hug that line, and everybody's going to be safe.
It's a great bunt.
So another bunt single, the second one of the day. This one by Nathan Howard. And now the base is loaded with Greenwood Gators and nobody out. That'll bring up the catcher, Easton Talley.
Talley walked last time up.
Bass starts with a fastball that misses upstairs. The 1-0. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Bass into the windup. His pitch a bit low, so it's 3-0. So Mason, 1 ball away from walking a Greenwood run in to put them back on top. Here in the Elmore Realty and Auction third inning, the pitch in there for a strike. He grooved that one right down the middle. The 3-1 on the way. And that one's low. So that will walk run in for the Gators as Talley comes in to make it 4-3 in Greenwood's favor. Bases stay loaded, still nobody out. We'll get another visit to the mound here by pitching coach Cord Glass. And we may get a change. I think we're going to. So let's see who the new pitcher is going to be here for the Scotties as Mason Bass's day comes to an end here in the top of the third inning.
Mason Lowry.
Yep, it'll be Mason Lowry taking over now for the Scotties. And Look at Mason's numbers here. Mason so far this season has thrown just 2 innings. He's making his 3rd appearance. No wins or losses for him. He has struck out 2. He's walked 6. Mason has a unique delivery. Don't see a whole lot of that. It's almost really a submarine-type delivery from Mason Lowry, a right-handed pitcher.
He worked real hard during the offseason, Joe, getting down closer to the ground with his pitch. He was more sidearm last year, but throw some strikes and get the defense to work behind you. You know, the catcher interference, Joe, is interesting. You don't see that ball usually come off the bat that hard and hit that hard at somebody on a catcher's interference, but none of the coaches objected, so I'm sure it was the right call. I did not see it, but guess it was the right call.
Cam Garman did come out, maybe just to clarify what the call was with our home plate umpire, but you're right, didn't really put up much of an argument. As Mason finishing his warm-up tosses right now, of course, when you come out of the bullpen, he's been in the bullpen warming up, obviously, but you get 8 pitches when you come in as a new pitcher in an inning here. He'll come in with the Scotties down by a score of 4-3. We are in the top half of the Elmore Realty and Auction 3rd inning. Lady Scotties softball team in action on the road today, and it's escaping me who they're playing. Let me grab the schedule here real quick, but I know they're playing on the road. They are on the road today at Adair County.
Joe, this guy bunted, Reed McClard, the 9-hitter, bunted down the first base line. His first time up.
So Mason Lowry about to throw his first pitch of the afternoon here. Bases loaded with Gators, nobody out. First pitch from Lowry misses outside. Greenwood already with 1 run in here in the 3rd. Lowry sets from the stretch, the 1-0. And that pitch stays low, 2 balls and no strikes. Reed McClard hitting just 167 through Greenwood's first 3 games. Here's the 2-0. And that one also misses. 3 balls and no strikes. Lowry checks his runner and the pitch. And that one's in there for a called strike to avoid the walk. Mason needs to come up with another good pitch here. Down 3-1 in the count with the bases loaded. And that one is low, so that will walk a Greenwood run in. Second run walked in here for the Scottie pitching staff. As that's Rylan Graves coming in to score there to make it 5-3 Gators. And we're going to get another visit to the mound by Glasgow pitching coach Cord Glass. He's a busy man so far.
He's getting his steps in today, Joe.
And they're just going to let Mason just going to throw to 1 batter, so we've got another Glasgow pitcher, the 3rd of the inning. And this one is going to be Peyton Limley. Peyton, a right-handed thrower. And Peyton making his 4th appearance in 5 games, so he's been a busy man on the hill for the Scotties. He's thrown 5 innings so far this year. He struck out 7, walked 2. He's 1-0 on the year with a 4.20 ERA.
Joe, Peyton pitched really well against Warren Central in our game against them. Throws a lot of strikes. He's probably strike percentage on the team, probably highest of anybody. He pounds the zone, lets the defense work behind him. Got some good off speed. He's going to be coming in a tough situation, 1-2-3 coming up for the Gators, so we'll see how he reacts to it.
He's a sophomore, right-handed pitcher, as we said. Let's thank our sponsors here for Spring Sports on WCLU. While we have a moment, they are Don Franklin Auto, Walbert Trucking, HVAC Services, Garcia's Grill, South Central Bank, McDonald's of Glasgow, Elmore Realty and Auction. Also brought to you by TJ Regional Health, Monticello Bank of Glasgow, Hardee's, South Central Rural Telephone, and Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Joe Myers. Our big thank you to those folks for helping us bring you Glasgow Spring Sports on the radio. throughout baseball and softball season. Our next broadcast after this one will be a softball game 1 week from today, as the Lady Scotties will host the Barron County Trojanettes to open up district play over there at Glasgow High School. That'll be a 5 o'clock start. Our broadcast on the air around 4:45 most likely. So Limley set to throw his first pitch of the day as he faces the leadoff hitter for Greenwood, Zach Davis. And this pitch fouled off in the air to the right side. And I'm assuming it was caught as the runners are tagging up. Again, we cannot see anything that's going on in right field over there. It didn't tag up, Matt. Was it dropped?
Looks like it was
it a base
dropped
hit?
in for a base hit, Joe.
Well, I do not like it over here, not being able to see right field at all. I cannot see anything that goes on when the ball gets hit to that side. So I apologize for my poor call on that, folks. I just can't see it. Here's Jackson Lee. A run in for the Gators, so it's 6-3 Greenwood now with runners at first, second, and third. Still loaded here. Still nobody out. The 0-1 pitch from Limley misses low. And a balk is called on Limley. So that'll put another run across the plate for Greenwood. It's 7-3 Gators. Things spinning a bit out of control for the Scotties here in the top of the third inning. 4 runs already in for Greenwood. Still nobody out. Runners at second and third. Pitch on the way to Lee. Breaking ball is low.
Joe had an opportunity to have a real quick inning with the rundown from the first batter and didn't get the out there. And
1-1. Hit to the right side, and that's going to get through to right field for a base hit. So another run comes in to score as McClard comes in from third, and now the throw home gets away, but Nolly able to chase it down to keep the runner put there at third base. However, that did allow the base hit, or the Lee who got the base hit, to take second base on the throwing error home. So instead of runners on the corners, it's runners at second and third. Nobody out. 8-3 Greenwood. 5 runs now in this inning.
Russell's hit the ball hard at Weston at third base both times up so far.
Here's a ground ball to Driver at shortstop. He scoops it up. The throw across the diamond is there in time for out number 1, but another run comes in to score. Now 9-3 Gators. Zach Davis scoring that run for Greenwood. Now Chaz Huff at the plate for the Gators.
Grounded shortstop for a double play and then lined out to short for the third out of the second inning.
Breaking ball called strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. This one misses a bit low. Nine 3 Gators, 1 away here in the Elmore Realty and Auction third inning. Runner at second base. Breaking ball from Limley in the dirt. Good stop that time by the catcher, Nolly, to keep the runner at second base. Limley with the 2-1. That one's low.
Lee's getting a little antsy out there. Second base, he's jumping around.
Now the 3-1 from Limley. And that one missed somewhere. Looked like it was right at the waist, so it was not high or low, maybe a bit outside. I don't know which. From where we're sitting, we cannot tell inside and outside at all. So another walk for Glasgow pitching. They're starting to add up. Runners at first and second, and now Kyler Talley at the plate. 1 away. Here's a ground ball to driver at shortstop. He has it, maybe two here. Throw to second in time. The throw on to first is also in time. Scotties will turn a 6-4-3 double play. But a huge inning for the Greenwood Gators as the Scotties make some defensive errors, walks, and just all in all, not a very good top half of the third inning that time for the Scotties as Greenwood gets 6 runs in that inning. And
Joe, yeah, we had 6. The Gators had 6 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors by the Scotties, 2 runners left on base. They also had 4 walks in that inning, Joe.
Wow. So it's 9-3, Greenwood on top after 2.5 complete. Back to Sam Royse Field after this 1-minute timeout on WCLU Sports.
South Central Bank has been investing in the Glasgow community for over 50 years. During that time, we've learned a thing or two about hard work, relationships, and a vision for success. South Central Bank is designed to make a difference in the prosperity of our customers and the communities it serves. We want to be a part of your success. Visit southcentralbank.com. South Central Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
With a history of scoring touchdowns and breaking records, Dakota Elmore knows a thing or two about hard work. At Elmore Realty and Auction, his team, often referred to as the A-Team, applies that same work ethic in how they serve this community. With a combined 200 years of experience, the team serves our commercial industry, helps families find their dream home, and makes your auction an easy, profitable, and positive experience. Elmore Realty and Auction, trusted since 1935. Check them out on Facebook for listings and auctions.
It'll be Weston Carroll, Zach Poore, and Boone Hatton to lead things off for the Scotties here in the bottom half of the Elmore Realty and Auction third inning. Greenwood on top 9-3. And the first pitch is going to be fouled off and out of play here off the bat of Carroll. Jake Russell back out there for Greenwood to start his second inning of work on the hill. 0-1 pitch coming from Russell. It's a breaking ball in there for a called strike. Carroll started to offer at it and held up, thought it was out of the zone, but the umpire says nope. 0-2. Russell with a pitch. Another breaking ball. High hopper off the plate, fielded by Russell. And he'll go to first base for out number 1 here in the third. Here's the first baseman, Zach Poore.
Zach walked on 4 pitches last time up in the first inning and scored a run.
Poore waits the first pitch of the at-bat. It's a breaking ball from Russell in the dirt. Now the 1-0. Ball hit hard on the ground to the right side, but it's going to be fielded by Graves at first base. He'll step on the bag. There are 2 away. Now the center fielder, Boone Hatton.
Joe Boo also, he got hit by a pitch on the 4th pitch of his at-bat in the first inning and scored a run.
Boone, the senior center fielder for the Scotties. First pitch of this at-bat is laced, and that'll be a base hit in the left field. Hatton makes a big turnaround first, but he'll hold up right there. They throw him behind him, but he comes back into the bag safely. So a 2-out single there for Boone Hatton. Ball was hit hard at the third baseman. Russell short hopped him and ate him up. But that is a base hit. South Central Bank base hit, as a matter of fact. And that will now bring up left fielder Rylan Furlong.
Rylan struck out looking in the first inning, Joe.
Tough call, I thought.
Yes, it was. Should have walked.
High strike. And this first pitch misses for ball 1. So Elmore Realty and Auction, bottom of the third inning here. Glasgow trailing Greenwood 9-3. And the 1-0 pitch going to be a
trouble,
chopper to the left side.
Good.
Third baseman Russell comes up with it. His
Good play
throw there
by the third
in
baseman.
time. Really nice play that time by James Russell. Had to wait on that ball to come out of the air as it took a high hop off the ground, and he makes the play. And the Scotties go scoreless here in the third.
Joe, Scotties had no runs on one hit, no errors by the Gators, and one runner left on.
And we've completed 3. It's Greenwood 9, Glasgow 3 here at Sam Royse Field. We're back after a 1-minute timeout on WCLU Sports.
Hardee's Philly cheesesteak favorites are back. Handcrafted creations with sauteed peppers, onions, and melty cheese to reinvent the signature Philly classics from sunrise to supper time. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
If you already have internet through SCRTC, there's a pretty good chance your speed just went up, maybe even paying less. And if you don't, check on fiber optic with SCRTC in your area because 500 meg is now only $70. That's 500 down and upload. And if you want more speed, SCRTC got it, up to 5 gig of it. Make the switch right now at scrtc.com and we'll do the install free. This won't last forever. With unmatched customer support, SCRTC, your best and last internet provider.
Hardee's Philly cheesesteak favorites are back. Handcrafted creations with sauteed peppers, onions, and melty cheese to reinvent the signature Philly classics from sunrise to supper time. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
Welcome back here to Richardson Stadium, Sam Royse Field. We go to the top of the Garcia's Grill fourth inning with Greenwood on top of the Glasgow Scotties by a score of 9-3 here in high school baseball. And it will be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters to get us going in the fourth inning for Greenwood. That will be Ryland Graves, Nathan Howard, and Easton Talley.
Ryland grounded out to the second baseman and hit a hard ball at Easton. It was reached on the catcher's interference call, Joe.
Peyton Limley back out there to start his first full inning of work for the Scotties here in the fourth, and his first pitch in there for a called strike. The 0-1.
Missed out.
Misses. Been outside, it looked like. 1-1. Pitch to the junior first baseman on the way, and a nice changeup here. And on the follow-through on the swing, Graves' bat popped the catcher, Nolly, right in the back of the helmet. It looks like he's okay. But that does not feel good. I can tell you from experience. It's been a few years, but I can tell you. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball, misses just a bit low.
Yep.
Good location, though. Now the 2-2. Another breaking ball, and Graves out in front of it, fouls it down the first base line. Now the 2-2. Swing and a miss, and Graves will go down on the strikeout. That is an Elmore Realty and Auction strikeout for Peyton Limley to start the Garcia's Grill fourth inning. And with one away, that brings up the designated hitter, Nathan Howard.
Nathan hit it to the right side both times, Joe.
Limley into the windup. Breaking ball in the dirt for ball 1.
First strikeout for the Scotties today, Joe, on the mound.
How many walks are the Scotties up to, Matt? I know you told me not too long ago, but
6.
Breaking ball in there for a called strike. Nice job there by Limley. The ball started out of the zone and broke down into the zone. Here's the 1-1. And the ground ball foul over towards the Glasgow dugout here on the first base side.
Stand corrected, Joe. Howard's last at bat, he had to bunt down the third baseline.
Now the 1-2. And this is going to be a Sacerdotal Bank base hit into left field.
Nice hit on an off-speed pitch. I thought Pate may have got him leaning out in front of that one, Joe.
Yeah, did a good job of staying back. Hitting it into left field for first hit of the inning here for the Gators. So with runner at first base, that brings up the catcher, Easton Talley. Lemley throws up to first base, but the runner back in safely.
Easton's walked both times up today, Joe.
Hitting .667 through the first 3 games. And fouls this one off out of play. The 0-1. Breaking ball and a good one. Boy, Talley way out in front of that one. It's 0-2.
Very nice pitch.
One of the better pitches of the day, I think, by the Scottie pitching staff there. Lemley sets the 0-2 in the dirt. Terrific stop that time by Nolly. That ball bounced out in front of home plate. Those are very tough to block.
Yeah, great block by Bam.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Lemley with the pitch. Breaking ball is low. So the count will go full. We'll see if Howard decides to get started at first base with the full count. Is this a 2-2 pitch, Matt?
That's what the umpires called it, Joe.
The umpire says 2-2. Scoreboard says 3-2. Here's a fly ball to right center field. And that ball is down. Howard had to hold up at first base to make sure it was not going to be caught.
Ball hit the net, Joe.
It hit the net. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Again, we just cannot see anything that's happening in right field, and it seems like about 80% of the plays have happened to right field today.
It does, Joe.
We could see right field if the Scottie dugout would not stand up along the fence there, but we're not going to ask him to do that. We're not going to ask him to sit down. We'll deal with it. And here is Reed McClard, and his first pitch he sees misses outside. So it's a 9-3 lead for Greenwood. They got runners at first and second, 1 away here in the Garcia's Grill, top of the 4th inning. Lemley comes with a strike here, 1-1.
McClard had a bunt down the first base line his first time up and walked his second, Joe.
And a breaking ball swung on and missed.
Courtesy runner at first base, Joe, for the Gators, number 11, right. Jaggers for Talley.
Cannon Jaggers. Here's the 1-2 in the dirt, and this one's going to get away enough for the runners to move up.
Bam tried to get to that one, just couldn't.
So now runners at second and third. A 2-ball, 2-strike count to McClard. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball.
Great pitch.
Oof. Again, had to be outside because it was in the zone when it comes to high and low. Count goes full. Pitch on the way. And that one called, strike 3. McClard thought he had earned ball 4 right there, but home plate umpire rings him up, sends him back to the dugout for the second out of the inning here in the 4th. Now at the top of the order, here's Zach Davis.
Zach's 2 for 3 today with a real hard ball to center in the second.
Breaking ball from Lemley stays up this time. Now the 1-0. This ball laced into left field, and that is going to get down for a base hit. It's going to get all the way to the fence out there. 2 runs are in to score to make it 11-3 Greenwood. And that will be a 2 RBI double for Zach Davis. That's a Southside Bank base hit for Davis.
Jackson Lee coming up, Joe. He's 3 for 3 on the day.
He has certainly improved his .250 average on the year. And Limley, bothered by the runner at second base, will step off the rubber here. The pitch. Ground ball to the right side, and that's going to get through into right field for another Southside Bank base hit. As Davis comes around third, the throw is not in time as he slides in safely to home plate to make it 12-3 Greenwood. Lee took second base on the throw home after the single. Give him another RBI. It's 3 on the season.
I think that .250 average is going to go up here, Joe.
No doubt. 4 for 4 now. Yep. Going way up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to bring up James Russell, third baseman for the Gators. And he hits a little soft pop up to the right side, and that's going to be caught over there. I think Zach Poore, the first baseman, made the catch, so that will end the top of the Garcia's Grill 4th inning, but 3 more runs across for the Gators, and the Scotties find themselves in a 9-run hole here as Matt is adding up all the totals from that half inning.
Yeah, Joe, the Gators had 3 runs on 4 hits. No errors for the Scotties. 1 man left on base.
And after 3.5 complete, it's Greenwood 12, Glasgow 3. We're back after this 1-minute timeout on WCLU Sports.
Have you injured yourself playing a sport or exercising? Sports medicine experts at TJ Regional Health are trained to get you back on the road to recovery. Whether you're dealing with sprains, fractures, knee and shoulder injuries, or other common injuries, our goal is to prevent illness and injury in active individuals of all ages and help prevent future problems to maximize your performance. Find out more at tjregionalhealth.org/rehab. Patients first, team always. TJ Rehabilitation Services.
Monticello Bank first opened its doors in 1895 as a single office in Monticello, Kentucky. Today, there are 21 MBC locations across the Commonwealth. From home loans to commercial lending, Monticello Bank offers a wide variety of convenient financial services and competitive rates from local people you know and trust. Visit them at 1434 Happy Valley Road in Glasgow and let them help make the financial side of your life a little easier. Monticello Bank, where people matter. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It's a 12-3 Greenwood lead over Glasgow as we go to the bottom half of the Garcia's Grill 4th inning. And for the Scotties, it'll be Bam Nolly, Mason Bass, and Davey Williams. The 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up in this half inning. Nolly came into the day's action hitting .333 with 4 RBI. Scotties have some work to do, down by 9. Jake Russell back out there to start the 4th on the hill, and his first pitch in there for a called strike. Here's the 0-1. That one low.
Joe Bam with one of our 2 hits today. Looper in the center that scored a couple of runs in the first.
Russell into the windup and the pitch. And Nolly will foul it off. Nolly down to the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Russell kicks and fires. Breaking ball in there for called strike 3, and Bam knew it. He was headed back to the dugout as soon as the pitch went by. That is a Elmore Realty and Auction strikeout for Jake Russell, and that will bring Glasgow's Mason Bass to the plate.
Mason hit a ground ball to the shortstop and reached on an error. His time up, Joe.
Russell delivers. And the pitch outside for a ball. Appreciate everybody joining us on WCLU. Of course, we've got hopefully, I'm sure, some folks watching us on YouTube as well, on the WCLU YouTube channel. As we've been excited to, for the first time ever, bring you spring sports on our video live stream. Of course, we were able to get you all the football games and the basketball games as well on our YouTube live stream. So excited to do spring sports the same way. And a swing and a miss here by Bass, evens the count up at a ball and a strike. You can also, of course, watch on the Scottie channel on YouTube, or you can go to WCLU's website. There's a link there as well. And this is a foul ball as Bass made contact with it on the swing, but it hit him while he was in the box. So count will go to 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Russell winds and delivers. And this one way outside, 2-2. The 2-2 on the way. That's a breaking ball in the dirt. Count goes full. Payoff pitch coming from Russell. And it's fouled off out of play. We'll do it again. Would you say Mason did his first time up, Matt?
Ground ball to the shortstop and reached on an error on the throw.
Gotcha. Another 3-2. And Bass late on the fastball there as he swung through it. That is another Elmore Realty and Auction strikeout for Jake Russell. And there are 2 away here in the bottom of the Garcia's Grill 4th inning. That brings up Glasgow senior right fielder Davey Williams.
Davey is hit by pitch in the 2nd inning, Joe.
Final score for you in high school baseball. Logan County destroys Allen County Scottsville by a score of 23-1.
Scotties go to Logan County Friday night.
Logan's always got a good baseball team.
Yep.
Got a really good program over there. Have had for many years. This pitch going to be fouled off out of play by Williams. 1 ball, 1 strike. Another final for you. This is a softball game as Greene County defeats Cumberland County by a score of 6-3. Here's the 1-1. And this one fouled off. Williams just did get a piece of it, 1-2. Russell with the pitch. Breaking ball. Williams hits it off the handle. A little soft line drive will be caught at first base by Rylan Graves. The Scotties will go quietly here in the 4th.
Joe, Scotty said no runs, no hits, no errors by the Gators, no one left on base.
That completes the Garcia's Grill 4th inning. So we're back for the 5th with Greenwood leading 12-3 over the Scotties, back after a 1-minute timeout on WCLU Sports.
We know there's a big difference between being in a community and being part of the community. That's why here in Glasgow, we cheer on the Scotties. We work hard every day to make a positive impact on the community we call home. Behind our golden arches, we strive daily to serve delicious food and treats. If you could only smell this McDonald's ad, you'd smell how delicious this burger and fries really are. Join our McTeam. To learn how, text KY209 to 38000. Benefits include a sign-on bonus up to $500.
Kentucky Farm Bureau agents wear a lot of hats. They're coaches, volunteers, church members, neighbors, someone who's there when you need them, especially when you need them most. That may be a lot of hats, but they're all the perfect fit. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Joe Myers, Matt Gunn back here with you at Sam Royse Field. We go to the top of the Walbert Trucking fifth inning with Greenwood on top of the Scotties by a score of 12-3. Going to have a pinch hitter to start off the fifth inning for Greenwood. It is going to be Cannon Jaggers, and he'll be hitting for the cleanup man in the Greenwood order, Chaz Huff. Looks like Jaggers will hit from the left side. We've seen him as a courtesy runner a couple of times today, but his first trip to the plate. And we're going to have another pinch hitter on deck. It looks like Aiden O'Hara is in the on-deck circle for the Gators. And a new pitcher for the Scotties, I'm just noticing. That is Austin Parker on the hill. Right-hander, and his first pitch misses upstairs. Parker, a junior right-hander. And this pitch going to be popped up on the infield. JoJo Driver calling for it at shortstop. Had to battle the wind a little bit, but he does make the catch. And there is one away. And here is the aforementioned Aiden O'Hara hitting for Kyler Talley. And this pitch from Parker misses upstairs. Breaking ball from Parker in the dirt. 2-0. Give you the numbers on Austin Parker on the season. He's making his third appearance on the hill. He's thrown 5 2/3 innings. Swing and a miss here at a good fastball. 2-1. Parker has 1-0 is 1-0 on the year. Has not allowed an earned run. He's got 4 strikeouts and 2 walks on the season. And this pitch misses low and in. It's 3-1. Pitch from Parker, hit in the air to right field. Looks pretty deep. And it is going to be caught out there by Davey Williams.
I wasn't sure what was happening, Joe.
Well, I apologize for the delay, but I was standing up trying to see what was going on, and I just kind of inferred that the ball was caught when I saw the runner heading back to the dugout. Boy, I'll be glad we get a press box next year. 12-3 lead for Greenwood here as we now have 2 away in the Walbert Trucking top of the 5th inning, and at the plate is Rylan Graves. Here's the 1-0. This one misses upstairs, 2-0. And Austin wants a new baseball. Austin, the 4th pitcher of the day for Glasgow. 2-0 on the way. Graves will foul it off out of play. Two balls and a strike. The pitch fouled off out of play again to the left field side by Graves. The 2-2. Breaking ball hit to the right side and foul. 12-3 lead for Greenwood. We are in the top of the Walbert Trucking 5th inning here at Sam Royse Field. 2-2 pitch coming to Rylan Graves. Breaking ball is high. Parker again wants a new baseball. Doesn't like what he's got. That one may have a cut in it. Our umpire tossed it back over here to the Glasgow dugout. Payoff pitch coming. And the breaking ball in the dirt, so Graves will draw the 2-out walk here in the 5th.
Joe, we got number 17, the DH, Nathan Howard, coming to the plate. He is 3 for 3 for the day.
He started the day without an official at bat. And we're going to get a pinch runner here. I believe we will. Running for Rylan Graves is going to be Whit Glossick. Greenwood got 1 run in the first, 2 in the second, 6 in the third, and 3 in the fourth. They've been held scoreless so far here in the 5th with 2 away. Glasgow had all 3 of their runs in the first inning. Scotties led 3-1 after 1, and Greenwood tied the game at 3 in the second, and then that big 6-run third inning gave them control of this contest. Scotties have had a few walks, a few errors in the ball game. Parker getting set for his first pitch of the at-bat to Howard. First of all, he'll throw to first base, but the runner back in safely.
Yeah, Joe, Scotty's pitchers have given up 8 walks and 11 hits to this point.
Runner takes off for second base on the pitch, and the throw down is not quite in time. The throw was just a hair to the first base side of the bag. It pulled driver off the bag just a little bit, and our home plate umpire, our umpire out on the base pass said that the tag either did not get to him or it was late. So a stolen base there for Glossick. A 1-0 pitch on the way to Howard, and that one's low. It's 2-0.
Yeah, I thought the ball definitely beat him there, Joe.
I agree. Driver had to try to apply the tag as Glossick was sliding by, though. Tried to get him on the back. Here's a fly ball to left field. Coming in on it is Rylan Furlong, and he will make the catch. And for the first time today, Greenwood will be held scoreless in an inning.
It's nice to write a 0 in that runs, Joe. We got no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left on base.
It's Greenwood 12, Glasgow 3. We're back for the bottom half of the Walbert Trucking 5th inning after this 1-minute timeout on WCLU Sports.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
Are you looking for a new career where you'll be a part of a family-owned business for over 50 years? Walbert Trucking is a trucking company based right here in Glasgow. With Walbert Trucking, you'll get full benefits, great pay, and 401k. And you'll be home daily. Unlimited possibilities await you. Apply today and become a member of the Walbert Trucking team. 106 Sean Lane in Glasgow, 651-6784.
Scotties trail 12-3 to the Greenwood Gators as we go to the bottom half of the Walbert Trucking 5th inning here at Sam Royse Field, historic Richardson Stadium. And it will be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters due up for the Scotties. That'll be JoJo Driver, Stephen Garrett, and Weston Carroll. Jake Russell has settled in for the Gators out there on the mound. I believe this is his 4th inning of work.
This will be his 4th, Joe. He's faced one over the minimum. He's thrown the ball pretty well.
Again, making his first appearance on the mound today for Greenwood for this season anyway.
JoJo's grounded out to Jackson Lee, the second baseman, his first time up.
Russell starts him with a fastball. Driver bunts it down the first base line, and that one stayed fair, I think. I did not see a foul signal given by the home plate umpire. And Russell arguing, he's saying, no, that ball was foul. Our home plate umpire says, nope, it was fair.
Well, I'll take it all day, Joe. I'm afraid I agree with the fielder on that one. Bad as I hate to, but we'll take it.
And now Greenwood coach Jason Jaggers comes out to question the home plate umpire. Greenwood has had 2 bunts just hug the first and third base line today, and that's the first time the Scotties have tried to bunt for a hit, and Driver able to do so. And now, wait a minute. Now our home plate umpire has called time. He's going to get together with our other umpire out on the bases. And
yeah, I think the catcher, as he was running down the line, was sort of in the umpire's way there, and that's why he's probably asking him.
And now they do change it. It will be a foul ball. So, Driver will have that bunt single taken away from him, and he'll have to come back to home plate where it'll be a no ball, 1 strike count. Probably the right call. You just hate that Driver has the hit taken away right there.
Yeah. Hate that the umpire at home called it a fair ball.
Yeah.
I think Coach Garman's questioning about it.
Yeah, Coach Cameron Garman out talking with the home plate umpire now. Of course, Cameron, not only the head coach, but coaches in the third base box as well, so he'll make his way back down there. So it's a no ball, 1 strike count to JoJo Driver here in the bottom of the Walbert Trucking 5th inning. Russell into the windup. And Driver again tries to lay a bunt down. This one will be fielded by Russell as he comes off the mound to make the play at first base, 1 away. Here's the leadoff man in the Scotties order, the second baseman, Stephen Garrett.
Stephen struck out his first 2 times up, Joe.
And Garrett lines it back up the middle, and that'll be a Sacerdo Bank base hit into center field here for Stephen Garrett to maybe get something going for the Scotties, hopefully, here in the 5th with 1 away. I'll bring up the third baseman, Weston Carroll.
Joe Weston reached on a walk in the first, and real big hot pop up back to the pitcher in the first. In the 3rd inning.
And gives this one a ride to left center field. That's going to be trouble. That is in the gap to the fence. Garrett on his way to third base. He'll be there standing up, and it's a stand-up double for Weston Carroll. As he continues his hot hitting, again, Weston came into this game batting .500 on the season, and he ripped that ball to the gap in left center field.
That was a well-hit ball.
Runners at second and third now for the Scotties. 1 away here in the 5th, and that brings up the first baseman, senior Zach Poore.
Joe Zach walked and grounded out to the first baseman.
Russell from the stretch with runners at second and third. First pitch to Poor misses for ball one. Poor awaits the 1-0. And that one is low. 2 balls and no strikes. Russell asking the home plate umpire, was it low? And he confirms it is.
Pay attention, third base.
The 2-0. That one outside, I think, 3-0.
Definitely.
First base is open, so they're being careful, I'm sure, with Zach. And they're going to throw to third base, and Garrett back in safely there. The 3-0 pitch again, and that one's up and in, so Poor does walk on 4 straight. It loads the bases and gives Greenwood a force out at any base here with 1 away. And the Glasgow cleanup hitter, Boone Hatton, to the plate.
Boone was hit by a pitch in the first and had a base hit, one of our 3 base hits, Joe, in the 3rd inning.
Boone trying to get something done here with the bases loaded and 1 away. And he foul tips the first pitch back into the catcher's glove for strike 1. The 1-0 now. And swung and missed by Boone. No balls, 2 strikes. Russell taking a long time to get the pitch he wants here. And now comes set. Pitch on the way. And Hatton gets a piece of it, fouls it back to stay alive.
Russell's back to his fastballs here with Boone.
Count remains, no balls, 2 strikes. 1 away in the bottom of the Walbert Trucking 5th inning. And the breaking ball is low. Didn't miss by a bunch. Good job by Hatton to lay off. Boone looking for a South Central Bank base hit that would bring 2 in, maybe you would hope. Get the Scotties a little bit closer. They trail 12-3. The 1-2. Breaking ball here, also low. Now the 2-2. Hatton will foul it back. Well, it hadn't warmed up any, but at least the wind has laid down a little bit.
Yes, sir.
That has certainly helped some. It is a chilly March night here at the baseball field. Just never know what you're going to get in March. Two balls, 2 strikes. Russell with a pitch. Breaking ball, and Hatton could not pull the trigger. It's in there for a called strike 3. Good pitch that time by Russell.
Sure was, Joe.
And that is an Elmore Realty and Auction strikeout for Jake Russell, and that will bring up the left fielder for the Scotties, Ryland Furlong.
Furlong struck out in the first and a ground ball to the third baseman in the 3rd.
Base is still loaded, but there are now 2 away. And a swing and a miss at the fastball by Furlong. Russell checks his runners. Now the 0-1. Fastball in there for a call. Strike 2. Russell sets and delivers. And here is a line drive, but caught right at the second baseman, Jackson Lee. And that will end the Walbert Trucking 5th inning for the Scotties. So Glasgow gets the bases loaded, but cannot push any runs across, and they are still down by 9 as we head to the 6th.
Joe, Scotties had no runs, had 2 hits, no errors by the Gators, and 3 runners left on.
And it's Greenwood 12, Glasgow 3. After 5 complete, we're back to Sam Royse Field after this 1-minute timeout on WCLU Sports.
We're not superheroes, but when people need us, we answer the call. We're not weathermen, but we know the Kentucky seasons like the back of our hands. For over 40 years, we've serviced any brand, anytime, with the same-day service guarantee. Now that's a big promise, and that's probably why no one else does it. So when dealing with your heating and cooling, call HVAC Services, and you'll have the right team by your side.
When you come into Garcia's Grill, you're welcomed with a smile and you'll love the atmosphere. Garcia's was voted by the community as the best overall restaurant for the past 2 years. Great food at a great value. They serve fresh, delicious traditional Mexican dishes, incredible pasta, burgers, steaks, and seafood. People say you can never get burnt out on this restaurant because of all the amazing choices. Garcia's Grill, owned and operated by the Gomez Garcia family. Check them out on North Ray Street in Glasgow and on Facebook. Garcia's Grill, a different kind of Mexican restaurant.
Back here at Sam Royse Field at Richardson Stadium, Joe Myers and Matt Gum with you as we head to the Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance 6th inning. Greenwood 12, Glasgow 3. And leading things off for the Gators here in the 6th will be Easton Talley. He'll be followed by Reed McClard and Zach Davis, 8, 9, and 1 in the order. Austin Parker starts this inning on the hill for the Scotties, and that pitch, I think, missed for ball 1. Breaking ball from Parker here is upstairs.
Easton's 1 for 1 on the day, walked his first 2 times up, then base hit to right.
The 2-0, and fouled back out of play. Two balls and a strike to Talley. The pitch, and got a piece of him. It hit him. So he'll get to first base after being hit by that pitch by Parker. It's at least the second time the Scotties have hit a batter today, I think. Maybe more. Here's Reed McClard. First pitch he sees, misses upstairs. Here's the 1-0. That one misses as well. 2 balls and no strikes. Talley takes his lead at first base. 2-0 pitch on the way. And that one's high. Count will go to 3-0. Parker with a pitch. And he will walk McClard. So Talley reaches after being hit by a pitch. McClard will reach on the walk. I believe that's the 9th walk of the day issued by the Scottie pitching staff. And we will get a pinch hitter for Zach Davis. The pinch hitter is going to be Nick Vargas. Runners at first and second, nobody out for the Gators. And here's a ground ball, and that is going to get through between short and third into left field for a base hit. Furlong had some trouble coming up with it out in left field, but got it stayed close enough to him that the runners only advanced one bag each. So bases loaded, nobody out here.
Jackson Lee coming up to the plate, Joe. Jackson's 4 for 4 for the day.
So bases loaded and nobody out for Jackson Lee here in the Kentucky Farm Bureau 6th inning. Pitch from Parker misses. Must have been a little bit outside. Looked like it was in the zone, high to low. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball here misses low. 2 balls, no strikes. Parker sets and delivers. Fly ball to right field. If I don't fall over trying to see what's going on out there, it's going to be caught, I believe, by Williams. Runner comes in to score to give Greenwood a 10-run lead now at 13-3. It was caught out there by Williams. I have never seen so many balls hit the right field in a ball game.
Yeah. I'll count those up for you, Joe. Tell me how many, but out of their 12 or 13 hits, I'd say 10 of them have been to the right side.
I hope this is not a trend for the rest of the season, or we're going to have to find a different place to sit.
Right by the speaker there, Joe. Yeah. Called strike on the first.
I fell over and broke my leg trying to find out what happened on that one. 0-1 pitch. This was going to be grounded to up the middle, and that's going to get through for a base hit. 2 more runs are going to come in to score for Greenwood. It's now 15-3 Gators here in the top of the 6th inning. And we'll get Cannon Jaggers coming to the plate. So I guess he stayed in the ball game when he hit for pinch hit for Russell last time.
Or Huff.
Oh, Huff?
Yes,
sorry.
sir.
Okay, yeah, that was Russell who just hit that ball, wasn't it? Pitch in there from Austin Parker for strike 1. This breaking ball from Parker upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. High. Scotty pitchers have just had a hard time staying ahead in the count in this ball game. Throwing strikes have been an issue for this pitching staff so far early in the season. Here's a well-hit ball to left center field, and it is going to be a base hit, a South Bank base hit. Center fielder Boone Hatton made a diving attempt at it, but he could not quite come up with it. Russell had to stay put at first base to make sure that it was not going to be caught, so he only advances 1 bag. So runners at first and second, still just 1 away.
O'Hara.
And this is Aiden O'Hara back at the plate for his second at-bat of the day.
Flew out to right the last time.
Pitch in there for a called strike from Austin Parker. And here's a ground ball to the right side. It'll be scooped up by the second baseman, Garrett. Got the out at second. Throw to first. Actually, JoJo did not even attempt to throw to first that time. So there are 2 away. And we're going to get another sub in here for Greenwood. They have runners on the corners. With 2 down, we're going to get a pinch hitter, it looks like. Jake Flickinger going to hit here. He's hitting for Rylan Graves.
That's correct.
There have been a lot of subs and pinch hitters in this ball game for Greenwood. So Flickinger will come up with 2 down here in the Kentucky Farm Bureau, top of the 6th inning. With Greenwood having blown this game wide open now, they lead 15-3. Only inning the Gators did not score in was the 5th. The only inning they did not, no, there was one other inning where they didn't have a crooked number. They had only 1 run in the first, but multiple runs in all the other innings. First pitch to Flickinger is missing for ball 1. Parker sets and delivers. And a check swing foul ball out of play. One ball, 1 strike as Parker delivers. There's a fly ball to right field, of course, and that one is going to be caught by Davey Williams for out number 3. So that will wrap up the top half of the 6th inning, and when we come back, the Scottish are going to need at least 3 runs to continue playing, or else this game will be over because of the 10-run rule limit.
Joe, we had the Gators had 3 runs on 2 hits. No errors by the Scotties, and 2 men left on base.
We've completed 5.5. It's Greenwood 15, Glasgow 3. Back after this 1-minute timeout on WCLU Sports.
South Central Bank has been investing in the Glasgow community for over 50 years. During that time, we've learned a thing or two about hard work, relationships, and a vision for success. South Central Bank is designed to make a difference in the prosperity of our customers and the communities it serves. We want to be a part of your success. Visit southcentralbank.com. South Central Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
With a history of scoring touchdowns and breaking records, Dakota Elmore knows a thing or two about hard work. At Elmore Realty and Auction, his team, often referred to as the A-Team, applies that same work ethic in how they serve this community. With a combined 200 years of experience, the team serves our commercial industry, helps families find their dream home, and makes your auction an easy, profitable, and positive experience. Elmore Realty and Auction, trusted since 1935. Check them out on Facebook for listings and auctions.
15-3 lead for Greenwood over Glasgow as we go to the bottom half of the Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance 6th inning, and a new pitcher in there for Greenwood. And it is going to be Zach Davis, who replaces Jake Russell here in the bottom of the 6th. Davis has been out at shortstop, so we'll see if we can figure out who is now at shortstop for the Gators.
Looks like Jackson Lee moved to short.
Okay.
And number 2 is at second base now, Joe.
All right.
Flickinger came into the ballgame, and he'll be at first base.
Who'd you say is at short? Jackson Lee?
Jackson Lee has moved to short. Yes, sir. Bam Nolly will start the inning off for the Scotties.
What's his day been like, Matt?
Joe Bam is 1 for 3. He's base hit, struck out, and lined out to the second baseman.
First pitch from Davis in there for a called strike. That one also a strike. 0-2 now to Nolly. Bam awaiting the pitch. That one misses outside. Zach Davis making his second appearance as a pitcher for the Gators. He has thrown 4 innings coming into this ball game. His 1-2 on the way. Misses low for ball 2. He's 1-0 on the year, has not allowed an earned run. 4 strikeouts, 1 walk on the season. Now the 2-2. Breaking ball is low, so Nolly, after falling behind 0-2, has worked it to a full count now. Again, the Scotties need at least 3 to continue playing here as they are down by 12. And a swing and a miss at the fastball, could not lay off the pitch up in his eyes that time. And that is an Elmore Realty and Auction strikeout for Zach Davis. And with 1 away, here is the pitcher, starting pitcher on the day was Mason Bass, no longer pitching. And he is late on that fastball from Davis for strike 1. Davis has some pretty good pop on that fastball.
Yeah, he does. Got a good live arm.
Davis winds and fires. Breaking ball, and Bass can't catch up with that one either. 0-2. Davis kicks and fires. Fastball, and Bass swings through that one. He goes down on 3 straight. Another Elmore Realty and Auction strikeout, and it will be Davey Williams coming to the plate for the Scotties to try to keep this game alive.
Davey is hit by a pitch in his first at bat and lined out to the first baseman, his second at bat.
Davis trying to set the Scotties down in order here in the 6th, and a foul ball off the bat of Williams for strike 1. No balls and a strike. Williams awaiting the pitch. It's on the way. Breaking ball hammered into left center field. Is that going to get down? It is. It's in the gap to left center. Williams rounding first on his way to second. He's going to try for third. Nope, he's going to hold up. Makes a huge turnaround second. They throw him behind him, and they got him. And I'll be honest, I don't think they got him that time.
I didn't either, Joe. I thought that was...
Our umpire on the bases has made a few questionable calls today, no question about it, but certainly not going to cost Glasgow the ball game as they fall by a final score of 15-3 here, as Scotties will fall now to 2-3 on the season, while Greenwood stays undefeated. They are now 4-0. And we will come back in a moment with our Don Franklin Auto post-game show. Glasgow falls to Greenwood by a score of 15-3. We'll come back and take a look at the final stats. We'll also hear from head coach Cameron Garman, and we'll name our our South Central Rural Telephone Cooperative Player of the Game and the Hardee's Play of the Game, the SCRTC Player of the Game. We'll do all that on the Don Franklin Auto postgame show coming up after this 5-minute timeout. A 5-minute timeout here on WCLU Sports.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
Hardee's Philly cheesesteak favorites are back. Handcrafted creations with sauteed peppers, onions, and melty cheese to reinvent the signature Philly classics from sunrise to supper time. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
Are you looking for a new career where you'll be a part of a family-owned business for over 50 years? Walbert Trucking is a trucking company based right here in Glasgow. With Walbert Trucking, you'll get full benefits, great pay, and 401k. and you'll be home daily. Unlimited possibilities await you. Apply today and become a member of the Walbert Trucking Team. 106 Sean Lane in Glasgow, 651-6784.
We're not superheroes, but when people need us, we answer the call. We're not weathermen, but we know the Kentucky seasons like the back of our hands. For over 40 years, we've serviced any brand, anytime, with a same-day service guarantee. Now that's a big promise, and that's probably why no one else does it. So when dealing with your heating and cooling, call HVAC Services, and you'll have the right team by your side.
When you come into Garcia's Grill, you're welcomed with a smile and you'll love the atmosphere. Garcia's was voted by the community as the best overall restaurant for the past 2 years. Great food at a great value. They serve fresh, delicious traditional Mexican dishes, incredible pasta, burgers, steaks, and seafood. People say you can never get burnt out on this restaurant because of all the amazing choices. Garcia's Grill, owned and operated by the Gomez Garcia family. Check them out on North Ray Street in Glasgow and on Facebook. Garcia's Grill, a different kind of Mexican restaurant. South Central Bank has been investing in the Glasgow community for over 50 years. During that time, we've learned a thing or two about hard work, relationships, and a vision for success. South Central Bank is designed to make a difference in the prosperity of our customers and the communities it serves. We want to be a part of your success. Visit southcentralbank.com. South Central Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
With a history of scoring touchdowns and breaking records, Dakota Elmore knows a thing or two about hard work. At Elmore Realty and Auction, his team, often referred to as the A-Team, applies that same work ethic in how they serve this community. With a combined 200 years of experience, the team serves our commercial industry, helps families find their dream home, and makes your auction an easy, profitable, and positive experience. Elmore Realty and Auction, trusted since 1935. Check them out on Facebook for listings and auctions.
If you already have internet through SCRTC, there's a pretty good chance your speed just went up, maybe even paying less. And if you don't, check on fiber optic with SCRTC in your area, because 500 meg is now only $70. That's 500 down and upload. And if you want more speed, SCRTC got it, up to 5 gig of it. Make the switch right now at scrtc.com and we'll do the install free. This won't last forever. With unmatched customer support, SCRTC, your best and last internet provider.
Have you injured yourself playing a sport or exercising? Sports medicine experts at TJ Regional Health are trained to get you back on the road to recovery. Whether you're dealing with sprains, fractures, knee and shoulder injuries, or other common injuries, our goal is to prevent illness and injury in active individuals of all ages and help prevent future problems to maximize your performance. Find out more at tjregionalhealth.org/rehab. Patients first, team always. TJ Rehabilitation Services.
Hardee's Philly cheesesteak favorites are back. Handcrafted creations with sauteed peppers, onions, and melty cheese to reinvent the signature Philly classics from sunrise to supper time. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
And now the Don Franklin Auto Postgame Show on WCLU. Brought to you by Don Franklin Auto, Walbert Trucking, South Central Bank, HVAC Services, South Central Rural Telecommunications Cooperative, Garcia's Grill, Elmore Realty and Auction, Hardee's, Monticello Bank, TJ Regional Health, McDonald's, and Kentucky Farm Bureau agent Joe Myers.
And now taking the field,
here's Joe Myers.
Scotties fall to the Greenwood Gators in 6 innings by a final score of 15-3. As we are here on the Don Franklin Auto postgame show, we're going to take a look in a moment at our Garcia's Grill sizzling stats. Also, we'll tell you about our SCRTC player of the game, and we'll also show you our Hardee's play of the game as well. All coming up in this Don Franklin Auto postgame show. As we're waiting on Coach Cameron Garman to come and have a word with us here on the show to get his thoughts on what happened here this evening. And Matthew Clark and Matt Gum are working on getting the stats all added up for you, so Matthew can get those on our YouTube feed. Again, we want to thank our sponsors here on WCLU for sponsoring Glasgow Scottie Spring Sports for baseball and softball. They are Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Joe Myers, South Central Rural Telephone, Hardee's, Monticello Bank of Glasgow, TJ Regional Health, Elmore Realty and Auction, McDonald's of Glasgow, South Central Bank, Garcia's Grill, HVAC Services, Walbert Trucking, and Don Franklin Auto. Again, a huge shout-out to those local businesses as they have been kind enough to sponsor Glasgow Sports here. We ask that you would patronize those businesses and just tell them you appreciate their sponsorship of Glasgow baseball and softball. And I think we are about ready to go here with the Garcia's Grill sizzling stats. And for that, we're going to turn things over to Matt Gum. He's going to run through those for us. Matt?
All right, Joe, thank you. The Scotties today had 3 runs on 5 hits. The Gators had 2 errors. We had 5 men left on base. Stephen Garrett was 1 for 3 for the day. Weston Carroll was 1 for 2. Zach Porf was 0 for 1. Boone Hatton was 1 for 2. Rylan Furlong was 0 for 3. Bam Nolly was 1 for 3 with a couple of RBIs in the first. Mason Bass was 0 for 3. Davey Williams was 1 for 2 with a double. And JoJo Driver was 0 for 2. The Scotties walked 4 times today and struck out 8. For the Gators, they had 15 runs on 15 hits. The Scotties had 4 errors today. The Gators left 9 runners on base. The Gators had 2 strikeouts and 10 walks, Joe.
All right, Matt, thank you very much. As we are waiting on Coach Cameron Garman to come over here and have a quick word with us, we can go ahead and tell you. I'll tell you what, we're going to wait on that. We're going to wait on that. And Matt, did you have a chance to add up the individual stats on the pitching
did, on
there?
the pitching.
Okay, yeah,
Mason
give us
Bass,
those stats real quick.
Mason Bass threw 2 innings, had 4 walks, gave up 5 hits, and was they had 7 runs on Mason. Mason will get the loss on the game. Mason Lowry came in for 1 at-bat, had 1 walk, and that runner did score. Peyton Lemley threw 2 innings, had 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, gave up 6 hits. It was responsible for 5 runs. And Austin Parker threw 2 innings, no strikeouts, 2 walks, 3 hits, and gave up 3 runs.
All right, Matt, thank you very much. If you'll hand the headset off there to head coach Cam Garman. Again, that is a look at our Garcia's Grill sizzling stats. Appreciate Matt Gum handling that for us. And we are now joined by Glasgow head coach Cameron Garman. And Cam, first of all, this is our first chance to talk to you as the new head coach for Glasgow baseball. Congratulations on being the head coach. So what are your thoughts on what you saw here today?
Started off well, I thought. Bass got up there and threw strikes for the most part. Gave us good effort. We scored 3 in that first inning. Their guy struggled, and we took advantage of it. Got 3 runs up on the board, and kind of went downhill after that. It just kind of snowballed. We got I think there was some bad luck out there, and then, like I said, it just kind of snowballed. We couldn't find the strike zone. We made some errors. Then we didn't have good at-bats and didn't finish strong.
Yeah, we had you guys with a couple of errors on the day, but, to me the big key, like you said, was the walks. Cam, I think we hit 2 batters as well. We had you guys with 9 walks on the day, and it's early in the season, and I know hopefully you're hoping that will improve, but that's been a bit of an issue for you guys here early in the season, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's concerning. But, we preach on that. It starts on the mound. You've got to throw strikes. You've got to take a chance and throw the ball over the plate. And if they hit it, they hit it, and we'll try to make plays. But, we got to work on it and just stay positive. I've kind of told them. So after tonight, I said, all right, we've got 31 more games scheduled. That's a lot of games. So we're going to keep working and do our best to get better.
And this is a really good Greenwood team, though. Let's not, not take anything away from them. They went to Central Hardin, who's an excellent ball club, and beat Central Hardin on Saturday. 3-2 was the final score in that one. So, just like Coach Royce did when he was the head coach here for so long, you guys, I know, are not shying away from anybody. You'll play good competition and hope that gets ready for the postseason.
Yeah, it's this entire region is, competitive. There's not a gimme game out there for us. But yeah, Greenwood's a great team. They hit the ball. They, like I said, they went to Central Hardin. They beat Central's number one guy. I think he's committed to UK or going to a big-time school. And, it didn't faze them. They got out there and won that ball game. And like I said, they came in here tonight ready to roll.
How'd you feel like your kids approached things at the plate here today? Were you happy with that approach?
Yeah, I think there were good at-bats up there, and then there were bad at-bats. I do try to talk about approach. Every single pitch, every different count has a different approach, and that's something we got to work on too.
Anybody stand out? I know you don't mind like on individual single out players, but anybody stand out to you at the plate today with their performance?
Just some hard hit balls I remember were Stephen Garrett, Weston Carroll, Davey Williams had a good hard hit ball there last. Boone Hatton put the bat on the ball. I like JoJo Driver trying to be scrappy and bunt the ball and try to get on base, try to do some different things. There were some positives for sure.
You guys did get a win. Your first win as head coach for Glasgow came against Warren Central, and we had every intention of being here for that opening game, but the basketball team made the semifinals, so we had to defer to them, obviously, for that broadcast. Your first win came against Warren Central, and then you guys went and played a doubleheader at Adair County. You lost to Adair County 14-4, but beat Cumberland County 10-2, so you're now 2-3 on the year. So just overall thoughts on the first 5 games, Cam, and how things have gone so far and where you need to see improvement.
It's been pretty simple. When we pitch it well and throw strikes, we've won. And like I said, Bass did, I think, terrific starting out. It just kind of got out of hand there towards the end. It's hard when there's errors and stuff behind you.
Yep.
But I told him when we pitch it well and we throw strikes from the get-go and keep at it, then we're successful. And when we're not, then it's hard to win. But we're going to keep working. We've got hopefully 3 more games the rest of the week, so we'll see what we got.
And you've got what does the rest of the week look like for you, Cam?
So we go to Logan County on Friday, good ball team, and then we play in the 2A region tournament on Saturday against Franklin Simpson.
Is that at Franklin?
It's at Franklin.
Okay.
If we win that game, then we'll get to play the winner of Warren East and Logan County. So got 3 good ball games the rest of the week.
Well, good deal. Well, the next time we see you will not be until after spring break when you host South Warren here on April the 8th. So we wish you certainly luck as you go throughout the games you've got before we get to that one. Now, are you guys doing anything on spring break this year?
I'm giving them a few days off just to kind of reset, but we're going to play, again, some good teams. We're going to play some Breckenridge County at Bowling Green on Thursday. We're going to play Whitley County, defending state champ, at Bowling Green on that Friday.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And then we're going to go to Central Hardin on that Saturday for a doubleheader where we're going to play Central Hardin and Somerset, which are, again, really good teams.
That's going to be a tough spring break, Cam.
Yeah, buddy.
But, hey, like you said, you hope those games make you better when it all comes down to the postseason.
Yeah,
so,
long season.
Cam, we appreciate you joining us. And, again, congratulations on being the new head coach here at Glasgow. We look forward to many, many years of working with you here on the radio and seeing you coach this team on the diamond.
All right. Thank you very much.
That's Scotty head coach Cameron Garman here on the Don Franklin Auto postgame show as his ball club falls here by a final score. 1 minute timeout. No, I don't want to do 1 minute timeout first. 1 minute. Okay, and we are going to take our final timeout here on the Don Franklin Auto postgame show. We'll come back after this timeout and tell you about our Hardy's play of the game and also our SCRTC player of the game. We're back after a 1 minute timeout here on WCLU Sports.
Have you injured yourself playing a sport or exercising? Sports medicine experts at TJ Regional Health are trained to get you back on the road to recovery, whether you're dealing with sprains, fractures, knee and shoulder injuries, or other common injuries. Our goal is to prevent illness and injury in active individuals of all ages and help prevent future problems to maximize your performance. Find out more at tjregionalhealth.org/rehab. Patients first, team always. TJ Rehabilitation Services.
Monticello Bank first opened its doors in 1895 as a single office in Monticello, Kentucky. Today, there are 21 MBC locations across the Commonwealth. From home loans to commercial lending, Monticello Bank offers a wide variety of convenient financial services and competitive rates from local people you know and trust. Visit them at 1434 Happy Valley Road in Glasgow and let them help make the financial side of your life a little easier. Monticello Bank, where people matter. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back here at Sam Royse Field at historic Richardson Stadium, Scotties fall 15-3 to Greenwood in 6 innings. On the Don Franklin Auto postgame show, it's time now to take a look at our Hardy's play of the game. And it was a single by Boone Hatton back in the 3rd inning. Scotties wound up the day with just 5 hits on the day. Again, most of the offense, or all of the offense, was really generated in that 1st inning for the Scotties when they scored all 3 of their runs. But that single by Boone Hatton back in the 3rd inning will be our Hardy's play of the game. And we also need to tell you that our SCRTC player of the game is going to be Bam Nolly, as Bam goes 1 for 3 on the day, had a couple of RBIs. And Bam Nolly, our SCRTC player of the game. So that'll wrap up our broadcast here today. We do want to remind you that we don't have another game for a week. We are back in action with a softball game as the Glasgow Lady Scotties host Barron County in a 15th district contest 1 week from tonight. That'll be on Tuesday, March the 26th. And that game is slated to start at 5 o'clock, so look for our broadcast to be on the air around 4:45, both on the radio on WCLU and our live stream as well on WCLU's YouTube channel. So I want to say thanks to everybody that took part in the broadcast tonight. Back in the studio with his production work on the board, Mr. Jonathan Talley. We appreciate his work. Also, Matthew Clark, our video producer. Great job on the video. And then we want to say thanks, as always, to Matt Gum, too, for helping out on the color commentary and keeping stats for us here tonight. Once again, your final score, Greenwood 15, Glasgow 3 in 6 innings. I'm Joe Myers. Thanks for listening, everybody.
This has been Glasgow Scotties Baseball on WCLU. Presented by Don Franklin Auto, Walbert Trucking, South Central Bank, HVAC Services, South Central Rural Telecommunications Cooperative, Garcia's Grill, Elmore Realty and Auction, Hardee's, Monticello Bank, TJ Regional Health, McDonald's, and Kentucky Farm Bureau agent Joe Myers. Glasgow High School Sports is on. Your home for local WCLU.